welcome to episode 133 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It's Tuesday, people. Tuesday, the 11th of August, 2020. And I'm feeling a little bit chipper today, people. I don't know why this is. I hope you're all doing well out there. Coping, people. Coping. It's fucking dragging on a bit, innit? I know I say this every episode, but fuck me. Man, more restrictions here in the UK. There is hope. Apparently, there's hope. Anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. But I don't know, people. It's starting to get to me a little bit. I must admit. I feel like I'm watching too much conspiracy shit. That's. I'm always one of those people who sort of like looks at those conspiracy theories and thinks, you know, these people are genuinely mental. But I'm starting to think that these powers that the government have got over us at the moment, in whatever country you are, whatever country you're on, you're under some sort of restriction at the moment. We're all living like we're in fucking North Vietnam, North Korea. There he goes, casting aspersions about the freedoms of the North Vietnamese. We're all living like we're in fucking North Korea at the minute. I expect we're all going to be made to have haircuts like fucking Boris Johnson and be doing that fucking two-strut fucking thing around like military, followed by military missiles in fucking town squares. I don't know, people. I don't know. I've never been there. It could be nice. I don't know. You hear fucking horror stories about North Korea. People being let in there and shit, and they've got like fake shop fronts. Is that one thing I've watched? I don't know. Possibly. Where you go over there and it's all like they take you to the places where they've fucking got fake shop fronts with like loads of food and shit like that in there, and it turns out all the food's plastic. There's a queue around the back of starving people. I don't know. You know, just be honest. Just be honest with how shitty you're treating your people. Anyway, but it all seems like we're living a little bit like that at the moment. You know, not quite that bad, but we're having our liberties taken away from us, all for the greater good. That's the thing, isn't it? But when do they relinquish these? Who knows, Ben? Who knows? So it's turning into a bit of a slog now, isn't it? 6 months or whatever, is it? 5-6 months. It's turning into a bit of a slog, and I'm feeling a little bit. It's just everyday things. Not that I wildly do anything different normally, but you know, there is the potential to do things usually. You know, I could go for, you know, go out in Towers, go to a theme park, go down to London, look round shit, you know, fucking stay out late drinking or whatever if you want to. I never really do that anymore. But the potential's there, people. The potential is there under normal circumstances. Now you have to fucking book in, queue up, you know. Man, I want to have a beer when I want to have a beer, not when I have to fucking book in for one, man. It's the government, man. I don't know. I'm watching too many of these things. Fucking hell. You know what I mean? We're never going to agree on anything, are we? You know, we live in a world, we're a species that can't agree on the fact whether the earth is fucking round or flat. You know what I mean? Agreeing on what is the best thing to do within a pandemic is going to be a divisive issue, like everything these days, isn't it? Everything's a fucking divisive issue. Who'd have ever thought that, by the way? Who'd have ever thought, you know, when whoever it was, Galileo or whatever, realised that the fucking earth wasn't flat? Who'd have thought, like, hundreds of years later, we'd still be debating that issue? Who'd have thought that after we've actually visited the moon and seen our planet from outer space, people are still like, nah, mate, nah. But we built this fucking rocket and we took it to the moon and we took pictures. Nah, mate, don't believe you. You're fucking full of shit. Some geezer working fucking 9 till 5 every week in an office. Nah, mate, nah. Never done a, you know, never designed anything other than flick an elastic band across one of his fucking work colleagues. But yeah, I know the truth. I don't know, people. That's one conspiracy theory I must admit that I don't really agree with. I believe, I believe that the Earth is round. That's where I am. All these people saying it's flat and shit. You're like, oh, people have watched the Truman Show too much. That's why. There would have to be a mass conspiracy theory amongst, multiple countries. That's the whole thing with the pandemic now. People saying, oh, it's just a way of controlling us and shit. The logistics into that, where you've got every head of state in the world and scientists on board that conspiracy. Not unless there's a fucking, asteroid coming towards us and we've got like 6 months until it hits us, and they've gone, right, if you go along with this lie, you get a place on the fucking weird little space station thing that we're going to fucking live on after all this crashes through. By the way, that is not a conspiracy theory. Hey man, I like your fucking idea about the 6-month comet hitting us and all the important people being transported off. That's what they're doing for Mars, man. They're building something on Mars for everyone to live. I don't know. Anyway, so that's pretty much what I've been doing. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just delving through into wormhole after wormhole after wormhole of YouTube. And the worst thing about it is there is evidence or somebody who claims to be a scientist or knowledgeable or expert or whatever they are, who can back up any fucking potential theory you think about. And any potential fucking conspiracy theory, there's evidence or there's doubt in there, or like people just lay that playing field for you, don't they, for you to fill in the fucking gaps. And then somebody will go, oh, fucking hell, this is true, posting it all over social media. We know you are. Let's have a little bit of tea. Fuck me. That is good today. That is a nice bit of tea. Anyway, getting back to what I was on about, other conspiracy theories. Vladimir Putin, one time non-shirt wearing KGB guy, and now head of Russia. I'm sure you're aware. I don't really need to give him an intro, do I? You're all aware of, there's nobody on the planet, I doubt, who's not aware of Vladimir Putin. Nobody's going, well, there might be, there might be somebody in an island somewhere, who has no idea who he is. Anyway, he has claimed Russia has created the world's first coronavirus vaccine. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm calling bullshit on this one. I am calling fucking bullshit on this. I'm thinking what he's done is it's either there's one or two things going on here with this, because it just seems too soon, right? It just seems too soon. Like we've, like over in this country, they're having fucking trials. They've had to cancel the trials, I think, about a coronavirus vaccine because it was fucking, it's like those, they're just testing it out on poor people who need the fucking money. Hey, do you want to? It's like those adverts, isn't it? Hey, do you want to take part in medical trials? Fucking hell, I'll do something for a week and I get £3,000. That sounds fucking awesome. Oh yeah, you've also got the potential that you may die and react to it. So they've sort of like closed down, I think, the or stopped human trials at the moment. I think the trials in shit, like, I don't know whether they went straight from mouse. Mice are always the first thing we experiment on for anything, aren't they? The life of a mouse is, people see it as a little experimentation thing, don't they? Fuck it, we'll grow an ear on the back of this, see if we can grow an ear on it. The mouse community, I know a lot of people get like Nobel Peace Prizes or Nobel Prizes for science and fucking all that sort of thing. He says clutching at straws, not really knowing what he's talking about. Yes, science and sciencey shit and stuff with apparatus where they have to do a introduction conclusion. I draw the apparatus out. Do you think scientists still actually have to do that like you had to at school? Here's my introduction. Here's my theory. Here's the apparatus I used. Here's the conclusion I came to. I came to the conclusion that if you stick a Bunsen burner on one of my classmates, their elbow will burn. That was basically it, wasn't it? But make sure, you haven't even come up with a theory there, Ben. What you're trying to prove? Yeah, I'm doing fucking GCSE fucking science. What do you expect? I'm not gonna, that's the best you're gonna get me, old booty. Anyway, yeah. So the mice community, he says, trying to claw back to what he was on about. Yeah, they have a bit of a hard sell. So they've a bit of a hard life, don't they? If you're a mouse and you're going into like a science lab, you're a mouse bred in a science lab. The best that you can hope for is a quick death, I think. You don't want to wake up from fucking anesthetic and you got a fucking hand on your back or all your limbs are fucking missing and you're just rolling over in that fucking wheel shit thing. Our experiment is to see if mice can roll over in a fucking wheel thing after I've had all their legs chopped off. I don't know. Anyway, so our vaccine trials over here, I don't know why people aren't just working together, man. Maybe they are. I don't know. Different countries working together. I have no idea. But getting back to Russia, Russia has claimed Vladimir Putin. This seems like, is he up for election again? I don't even think he has election. Is it one of those election things over there where people go, hey, man, we live in a democracy. And there's fucking, secret police just waiting there ominously with a fucking newspaper with eye holes cut out at the fucking voting polls. Just fucking staring at you. Just guys with a little microphone in headset in their ear and a little microphone, just cameras as soon as you go into the fucking voting booth like that. He put an X not next to Putin like that, just take him outside and fucking 2 in the back of the head, see you later. Hey! And they do that in front of other people so they can see it and who they have to vote for. I don't know. Anyway, he has claimed which I believe is bullshit for 2 reasons. Well, it's either one or 2 things. This is what we're getting back to that we were on about 5 minutes ago. Let's have a little bit more tea. The old voice is getting a bit croaky. Yeah, so it's either one or 2 things. One, Putin is bullshitting and believes he has got genuinely probably believes he has got a vaccine because, Mother Russia and all that sort of thing. Hey, we're going to be the first to get a vaccine and fuck everybody else. Or the scientists are that shit scared of him that they've just gone, he's just phoning them up every day, like checking on them. You got that fucking vaccine yet? You got that fucking vaccine ready? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's all done. And they're going, holy fucking shit. What the fuck? This is a virus that is mutating and fucking killing people. He keeps ringing us up every hour. We've had 12 hours since he told us to do it, and he's ringing every fucking hour. Just tell him yes. We'll just inject people with shit, give them a load of paracetamol. I don't know. We haven't even bought the fucking mice yet. We haven't even bought the fucking mice. And he's still ringing up. Is that vaccine ready yet? 2 guys haven't turned up into work yet today. They've probably gone missing. Somebody's just gone, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's working like a charm. It's great. It's people are fucking fitting on the floor after getting the injection and shit. Oh, dear. I don't know, man. It's just, I just think it's bullshit. And I'm calling it now. And we'll see how it pans out. I mean, like, in a week's time, it could all be cured. Everybody's back to work, jigging around in discotheques. The mice are just sitting there in the sun like that. Their job is done. Had a bit of a sniffle. Now they're okay. in a little mouse beach and shit in the fucking laboratories. They're fucking high-fiving each other. They've done their jobs. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much bullshit. I think, fuck me. I mean, Jesus. If he was asking you if you'd done anything, you just wouldn't want a high-profile job in Russia. That's what I'm saying. You just wouldn't want to be one of those people where he's relying on you to do something. Because, A, you're going to go missing. B, your fucking family's going to go missing if you don't. And then you got to work with a fucking, gun at the back of your head. Fucking hand shaking like that as you're fucking trying to come up with this vaccine. You drop a little bit of it on the fucking desk. And you just hear the fucking gun load in the back of your head. Fucking hell. Jesus. Just that click of the round going into the chamber. Oh, fucking hell. That's a high-pressure job. It's a fucking high-pressure job. I don't know. But anyway, so he's come out with that this week. And as I say, I'm calling bullshit on that. We'll see, won't we? I don't know. Let's have a little bit more tea. He says even almost spilling it down his front. Dear. Anyway, this is UK-based news. I'm sorry, our foreign listeners. Foreign to me, not foreign to yourselves, are you? You're natives of your own country. Apparently, this is no big surprise either, but apparently the UK is now back in recession. Who'd have thought that shit, eh? Who'd have thought the UK would be back in recession after everything has been fucking closed? No shops have been open. People have been losing their jobs. The government has locked down shit. No pubs open. No fucking, for ages. No restaurants open for ages. No, only food shops and vital resources open. And somehow, I don't know how this has happened, but somehow the UK has gone into recession. So it's not this time. The bankers fucking robbing us. Is that just as that was the last time, wasn't it? The last time we went in recession. When was that? 2008? That was the bankers just going, just playing roulette with all our fucking cash. Not that they've ever been prosecuted or anything like that. And they were like, holy shit. I didn't realize, man. I didn't realize you couldn't fucking do that. Set up like fucking hedge funds and shit like that, planning on stuff in the future, making bets on shit in the future that probably won't turn out anyway. That's as far as my knowledge, by the way, goes for what happened in 2008. So if you're willing to correct me out there, I think it was, wasn't it? Something to do with mortgages or shit like that. People were mortgaged up to the hill. Oh, fuck me. Look at this. Every time this fucking arm on this microphone goes a bit funny, but I don't know. It's... apparently we're back in recession again. So no doubt, more austerity measures after this. Not only are we dealing with a pandemic now, there's probably going to be a raise in interest rates. The cost of living will fucking go up. Your money's not worth as much as it was in the old fucking bankaroonie, was it? You're thinking, oh man, I've got 20 grand. That's going to see me through. That's a weekly shop now in 2 years' time. Loaf of bread costs £1,000. Milk, 500 quid for one of them short little fucking milks that last about 2 days, which you'll be sharing out amongst your family and shit like that. Only a little bit of tea, please, milk there in my tea, please, Michael. We're not fucking made of money. So that's another thing that's happened. Can we go back to like swapping stuff for stuff? Can we do that? Just kill all money. Go back to, hey, man, I've made a fucking chair out of wood. Do you want to swap this chair out of wood for one of your fucking pigs so I can butcher it in front of my children and just cut out its innards and shit like that and, you know, scar them for life? Is that okay? Can we not do that anymore? This is the whole thing about having a cashless society and shit, isn't it? You know, this is another conspiracy theory about the cashless society. We're a bit conspiracy theory heavy today. Let's have a bit more tea. It's another conspiracy theory, isn't it? That they're trying to get us. First of all, it was 5G that's caused all this. I don't know, you know, rather than somebody, I don't know, sucking off a bat or whatever happened to them. And then it was that they're doing this for a cashless society, which it's going that way anyway, isn't it? The amount I keep cash in my fucking. I used to keep cash in my wallet for parking at gigs and shit like that. That's what I used to use it for. That's all. But I don't even keep cash in my wallet anymore. I know I don't use Apple Pay. That's too, you know, it's too technical for me. I just use my fucking credit card, you know, everywhere. Riveting stuff, Ben. You use your credit card to pay back? Yeah, I do. But this is the idea, that we go to a cashless society and then the fucking government can control all of your fucking money and that sort of shit. They can do that anyway. You realise they can do that anyway? And they can take all your money and shit like that anyway. You realise this, people? I don't know. Do I sound like a lunatic today? I don't know. I feel like I sound like one of these people who's holding up a billboard outside a bank saying, not economically viable. That's a fucking great film, by the way, isn't it? Falling Down. Not economically viable. I am not economically viable at the moment, that's for sure. Not unless the old gigs pick up, baby. Hopefully they will. I've got a few bits coming in. It's starting to come in. Things are starting to ease up a little bit. So I've got a few gigs coming in over the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. I need to... I'll tell you what, though. I have got a lot of new material or a lot of ideas for new material where I need to sit down, fucking run through it and get it up to speed because I literally cannot say the material that I just can't say it one more time. That's what it gets. This is the thing about stand-up. It gets to that stage where you do your material so much and you get it up to speed and you start enjoying it and then you get fucking bored with it and you're like that. And it's been, 6 months since I've had a gig? Something like that. And I can't really remember it anymore. The stuff I was doing last year, I cannot remember it at all. It's amazing how you get out of the fucking habit. Out of the habit of gigging. It's just, you know, I don't know what I'm going to... when I have to go out to a gig at night. Because my day now consists of, obviously, I'm working in the mornings to pay for this fucking Briggs Towers, baby. I'm working like 4 till 10:30 in the morning. I come home, I have breakfast, I have a little sleep on the sofa, and then I'm like, oh, man. Let's get a bit of writing done for an hour or so, hour and a half, which is not always the case. I ain't going to lie to you. Let's get a bit of writing done or do a bit of painting or, you know, get something done. You know, decorating, painting. I'm not fucking, you know, Van Hook doing stuff. So that's what I do. And I have no idea how I'm going to contend with having to then go out at night and do gigs and then get back at like fucking 1, 2 in the morning and then have to go into work as well because I'm still going to have to subsidize it, baby. Because obviously there's not as many gigs going on. Anyway, that's my, you know, I'm just saying you get out of the habit of doing it and then you've got to get in that habit again. You've almost trained yourself over years of doing it, that you go out, you gig, you know, you come back, you plan your day out from it, and then having all of that, you know, I know people. I know there's people still dying out there of this thing or whatever. Not as many as there was, obviously, but you know, now we've got a Russian cure. Plus the fact as well, with all the fucking Salisbury poisonings and shit like that, Litvinenko poisoning and the other people poisoning and stuff like that, who the fuck is going to take a pill that was made in fucking Russia? I mean, they may have the cure in Russia, and they've got, yeah, that's fine. We'll just, it's either you can either have it pill form or an injection. Fuck that shit. Can't you just give the recipe to somebody in England and they administer the injections? Because with your track record, Russia, of your poisonings and injections and shit like that, I think I'll chance it with some paracetamol instead. We have millions and millions and vaccines, and we just cannot get rid of them. Yes. Yeah, fuck that shit. Nobody's taking that shit. Anyway, 26 minutes in, people. Let's have a little bit more tea. I don't know. I'm drinking a lot of tea today. Almost done on that. Here, let's end on this shit. Here's a fucking hell of a headline. Half-ton demon, in inverted commas, half-ton demon crocodile is captured and beheaded by locals so it won't come back to haunt them in Indonesia. I think beheading is a little bit of an overkill. A 14-foot-long demon crocodile was hunted and beheaded by superstitious villagers in Indonesia last week after terrorizing locals. Yeah, it was kicking over their wheelie bins and shit, throwing its own shit at their windows. It even did that, you know, shit in the paper bag and lit it on the doorstep and knocked the door and then ran off. Terrorizing locals. The 50-year-old reptile was hunted down by villagers after it reportedly attacked several people. Give us your fucking wallet or fucking bite your legs off. It was trapped in nets laced with razor-sharp blades. Fucking hell. In the Kayabesi River. Kayabesi River? Isn't that in the song? Fucking, I don't know. On Monday evening by villagers in Bangka Belitung Island, Indonesia. After 2 days in captivity, the crocodile died from exhaustion. What the fuck did they do? Strapped it to a fucking running machine. Strapped it to a running machine and put a small child in front of it like that. It was just fucking... died of exhaustion. The half-ton beast was so large it had to be carried to a burial site on a bulldozer. Locals refused to hand over the 500-kilo body to conservationists, as they believed the neighbourhood would be doomed if the crocodile was transferred elsewhere. You see, there is a native sort of like, there's a conspiracy theory that, you know, isn't it? Everywhere's got them. Aren't they? You know, you can go to a village in Indonesia, and their conspiracy theory is that if you fucking give the body of a crocodile over, you're going to be haunted by the fucking crocodile, you know, for the rest of your days. Fucking, where's the bit where they chopped its head out? Head of the local conservation agency, resources conservation agency said that officials tried to negotiate with local leaders over the wild animals' relocation to a safer place, but they said, no, we're going to fucking behead it. Do you think they did a video like ISIS do? The crocodile's just on its knees. They're in fucking orange jumpsuits. However, superstitious locals insisted they keep the animal for religious reasons. There was a belief that the crocodile should not be removed from the village because it is a demon. Fuck's sake. That's the sort of village I never want to go to. That's the sort of village where you do something or you fucking, you know, you go and meet them and they're all happy to see you and shit like that. And then you get a call on your mobile phone and they think it's witchcraft. The next minute you're like on a spit over a fucking boiling pot. He added that similar incidents had occurred in 2016 when residents refused to allow the agency to rescue a crocodile from their village. They got form. They got form, these people. Before the burial, authorities inspected the body and found that the crocodile, which they estimated being 50 years old, had no teeth. How's it fucking attack them then? Just sucked them. Like that. Come here. I'll give you a fucking, suck your fucking leg off for you. The crocodile hunters struggled to lift the giant beast, so they used a bulldozer. There's a fucking picture of it as well. It looks huge. It's still got its fucking head on it. It's definitely dead. Oh, that is fucking massive, man. Giant crocodile was buried by villagers, participated in a ritual. The reptile was over 14 feet. Yeah. They tell you the same information on this shit, don't they? Just so all the ads pop up, don't they? All those ads of things that you vaguely... That's all there is now, isn't it? In the right-hand side of any news column, it's just loads of ads of things you were vaguely interested in about like a month ago. And things pop up, don't they? Do you still want to buy a shotgun? Yes. I'm thinking about it. Anyway, well, the poor old reptile, eh? Poor old village. Well, you know, they didn't even fucking eat it, just buried it. You'd have thought, you know, when they were digging that trench for it, 14-foot-long trench for it, and they'd have to go down a bit, wouldn't they, and that sort of shit. Maybe, they're thinking, maybe we should have handed the fucking body over. Should be digging in this fucking hard Indonesian ground. Oh, I don't know. Oh, dear. Anyway, that is episode 133, people. If you have any questions, you can always... I've got fucking reflux bad today. If you have any questions, or you want to get in contact or call me a bit of a prick or whatever you want to do, it is just podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. I will be back on Saturday, people, with the next exciting installment of the Ben Briggs podcast. Have a good week till then, motherfuckers. Take care.